Action, and we work in Watauga, Avery, Mitchell, and Yancey. And one thing that cannot be disputed, the governor-produced budget will devastate the rural counties. I'm sure Charlotte, big cities, Winston, they will be hurt, but what I'm seeing at the rural counties, it's, you know, last year we didn't have enough textbooks for the kids at Cranberry Elementary School, and I hate to think what would happen if you cut even more. You know, it's sad, but anyway, I'm funded through the North Carolina Department of Juvenile Justice, and they have completely eliminated the Support Our Students program, which works with high-risk middle school students, and they've eliminated Governor's One-on-One, which is a mentoring program. And right now, I know I have a job until August, and I can't even begin to tell you the effect that it has. You know, last year we served 267 kids, and without my piece of the pie, there can be no program. Not that I'm all big and important, but I mean, community action agencies, it's second nature to us to work together, to pool their money, to partner with other agencies. And, you know, we've got the partnerships already established. You know, that's what we're good at. And to completely eliminate these programs is sad. You know, I've got 2 students that have been referred to the youth detention centers that are being eliminated. And if you know these kids, the thought of them being put back into society at the point that they're at right now, you should be really scared. So it just breaks my heart. And I know that, you know, I can speak. I personally work in Avery right now. I've worked in all the counties. Right now I'm housed in Avery. And there were teachers in Avery County that their pink slips were given to them along with a pink cake. And what a slap in the face to a third-year teacher that, you know, there was a teacher, I don't remember which school that got Teacher of the Year, and now the teacher's gone. And the reverse part of that, we've got teachers who should have been gone several years ago that keep their job. You know, they're there so they can get their retirement. You know, I don't know how you can make that fair, but the sad thing is, you know, and I've got a 16-year-old that wants to be a teacher. I got a 20-year-old that wants to be a social worker, and I'm like, you might ought to think about it, girls, you know. So, but like I said, I'm tired, and I could go on and on, but I'll let somebody else talk. And thank you.
Okay. Thank you. There's somebody else?
I can go.
Okay, that'd be great.
I was kind of unprepared, so
That's okay.
I had written something earlier to legislators and also as an editorial. So I'm just going to go over that because it kind of is still relevant.
Tell us who you are and where you work.
Okay. My name's Hunter Wall, and I'm here to speak to y'all and to our legislators about the possible budget cuts to the Mort 4 program. Right now, I work in one of our Mort 4 classrooms in the county. I've been very concerned about this issue and how it will affect our county and state. When I first graduated from Appalachian State University, I started a nonprofit child care center and was the director there for 2 years. I then worked for Watauga County's Children's Council Resource and Referral Agency, and now I'm a teacher with Watauga County Schools, and I'm in graduate school for child development at ASU. I've worked in the Mort 4 program for 3 years, and I've seen the invaluable services it provides for the children and families for our county. The funding for our program is one of the best uses of funding that I've seen thus far in my journey in the early education field. The research abounds with the benefits that quality early childhood education has on later learning. My classroom just received one of the highest scores in the nation on the Early Childhood Environmental Rating Scale. Our program targets children who are at risk, and for the last 3 years I've served this population. I've witnessed children who would not have had the chance to be in a developmentally appropriate program or receive an early start to their education. I have had children enter my program each year who have never seen a baby doll, who have never held a crayon, and who have never had a book read to them. I have children who without our program would enter kindergarten with many disadvantages already on their side. The More at 4 programs requires teachers to be highly qualified, which means that we have to hold a North Carolina teaching license. We are not babysitters. We are the educators who set the foundation for a lifetime of learning. As highly qualified individuals, we are able to assess and apply appropriate teaching methods to assist all children, including those who are at risk. The majority of private child cares do not require their teachers to be highly qualified, and the varied education levels and quality in these centers can be detrimental to the children enrolled. By housing More at 4 programs in public schools, services that are not without charge in other settings are available. Some of these services include free transportation, in-house libraries, cafeteria, custodial, and administrative supports. Children who are enrolled in the More at 4 programs in the public schools are already involved in the school, and that makes for a smooth transition to kindergarten. The teachers in the More at 4 public school classrooms are paid at a state salary scale and receive all the state's benefits. This level of compensation parallels the education and the experience levels of its dedicated teachers. Children in the More at 4 program are learning to love learning, and this love will remain throughout their lifetime. Quality early childhood education is necessary and vital to the future of those children. North Carolina's More at 4 program just received national recognition from the National Institute of Early Education Research for being one of the only 2 states in our country to receive all 10 quality standards for pre-kindergarten programs. One of the reasons to cut More at 4 is to support working families or families who have just lost their job. However, there are many adults who choose not to work, cannot find a job, are unable to work. We should not punish their children for their choices or their situations. If our country wants to produce less educated, less motivated citizens, it should cut the funding for the More at 4 program. But if we want to produce what the research shows, then support More at 4 and we will create dedicated learners, which will thus generate future productive citizens. Our children cannot vote, and they are going to be the ones to suffer. Please keep the future of our children and our country in mind when completing this year's budget. So, and my job's on the line too. I'm really there for the children, so.
Thank you, that was very good.